I think one's got to look at this in the context that on the Department of Health's own figures, something like 80,000 people a year are dying as a result of smoking. And obviously this is an urgent matter where we feel we have something to offer and we want now to get test marketing reactions to this product. Because whatever the product may be, it's got to be acceptable to the public.
Isn't there a danger, though, that by producing a so-called safer cigarette, some people who have given up the habit, or perhaps even those who have never smoked before, will start smoking?
I think it's extremely unlikely. We would still say that the only safe thing to do is not to smoke, and no one would disagree with this. But in spite of all that's been said by governments, for years people continue to smoke. And I think it's very unlikely anyone really thinks adequately about health in smoking.
Isn't there a contradiction here that you say on one hand that no smoking is completely safe? On the other hand, a major company like Courtaulds is going into the tobacco market in a big way.
Well, you have for years had people saying stop smoking and all that happens is that cigarette consumption goes up. I would rather say it's analogous to seat belts, if you like, in cars. People say drive more safely. People don't. The thing to do is to limit the injury that results from carelessness in that field.
Not an injection. It helps your blood.
We've a good deal of evidence to show that giving up smoking in the short run will relieve your cough. Within months, it will start to reduce your risk of heart disease. Within 3 or 4 years, it'll be reducing your risk of death from bronchitis or from cancer. And in perhaps 15 years, you'll be in the position you would have been if you hadn't smoked at all. We need progressively to cut out the opportunities for public smoking and the encouragement to people to smoke in public. It ought not to be part of ordinary social interchange. And I think we can go a long way toward that by the kind of change that I believe is coming over people's minds now. It certainly happened in the professional and managerial classes, and it's spreading.
All the tests we have done have been very favourable. We've seen nothing that worries us. And if one goes back to first principles, all that we have in our material is cellulose, which is an ingredient of tobacco. So we're not introducing anything that is new, as opposed to thalidomide, which is a complex organic molecule which had never been used before.
Well, first of all, of course, we welcome, anybody in his right mind would welcome any attempt to make smoking safer. Now, it may be that Courtaulds' new product is safer than the ordinary cigarette, but I've been trying without success for nearly 3 months to get some information from the company as to any research they've done on the possible safety of this new product. What we object to is 2 main factors. First of all, the fact that a major company such as Courtaulds is selling tobacco at all is unfortunate. Secondly, and this is I think the issue that's of overriding importance, it's grossly irresponsible for a company such as Courtaulds to market any kind of product, especially synthetic tobacco, without giving the government committee, the Hunter Committee, which has been set up specifically to review such substances, the chance to carry out its functions. They seem to have taken advantage of a loophole in the law in a manner that's more fitting to a backstreet dope peddler. I hope that the people, the inhabitants of the test areas in the Midlands will realise that they're guinea pigs and won't buy this new product. I hope that Courtaulds will accept that any major company has a responsibility to the public. They've failed to carry out their responsibilities to the public to fulfil them. We feel very strongly that in an area as sensitive as this, because after all, tobacco, however you look at it, is a killer product, we feel that in an area as sensitive as this, any new substance must be very carefully vetted, and we're amazed that Courtaulds don't accept that every possible precaution must be taken.
But Courtaulds have carried out their own tests, and they say they're satisfied that the product is safe.
Courtaulds have carried out certain tests. They won't tell us what those tests are. As I said, I've tried for 3 months to find out what those tests are. It's their duty, in the public interest, to present their findings to the Hunter Committee and let them vet whatever research Courtaulds have done.
They say that the Hunter Committee are dragging their heels, that they're too slow.
I think they ought to give the Hunter Committee a chance. The Hunter Committee had its first meeting on September the 27th. OK, the government dragged its feet a bit in setting up the Hunter Committee, but the Hunter Committee hasn't been going for long. And, you know, it took us about 400 years to find out what was wrong with tobacco, and there's still a lot of information coming out. Courtaulds say they've been doing tests on this product for 6 years. I can't believe that they can't afford to wait another few months. They seem to be jumping the gun on this for the sake of making a fast buck, and that's not the way that a responsible public company should act.
Nice and mild.
I think I could smoke though.
Pretty mild. Not bad. Quite good in fact. taste anything. They're very mild, aren't they?
Would you go out and buy them?
No, not these, no.
Well, they're very mild, aren't they?
Yes, all right. I'll be all right. Yes. Good old Courtaulds.
Plasticized taste. Oh, you taste the, a different taste of tobacco. Oh, fair smoke. Fair smoke, but you still taste that alien taste to tobacco, if you understand what I mean.